From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
We've seen an increase in illegal drugs being transported through U.S. mail as well as the various parcel services.
There's a new trend in the way meth is getting delivered to Gallatin County. Just ahead,
I'm Jonathan Ambarian at the state capitol. I'll have a closer look at some of the actions the Montana House has taken during an all-day floor session as they hear a flurry of bills ahead of this week's transmittal deadline.
6:30 on this Thursday. Chet Lehman, Jaden McDonald, Matt Elbow with you here. I'm loving this. Our cameras only for a few weeks basically out of the year can we actually see anything on our cameras.
Yeah.
The light day's getting long enough that we can actually see.
Yep. As we get into that 6:30 hour, we're actually seeing a little daylight.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It is nice. Temperatures this morning. It won't be long. We'll see the temperatures responding as well.
Right.
That'll be fine with me too.
Longer day, shorter night. Okay, you know how the physics work on that. Temperatures
Like an
into
accordion, apparently.
it is. Temperatures into the teens this morning for most of the area. I can't rule out snow showers completely. But for the most part, I can.
Can
Okay.
or you won't.
I wish if I had that kind of power,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
okay,
working
I
here.
wanted to
I'm just
clarify
telling
that.
you, I'd be a very rich man. Spotty snow showers in the mountains. Some of that could spill over into a few valleys, but we're not talking a lot of accumulation. It's absolutely gorgeous
It
this
is.
morning
Really
as
pretty.
we're starting the day. Today's the warmest day of the week. Enjoy it. It also may be a little breezy late in the afternoon, so you still need the coats. Just not as heavy of a coat. We're going to talk about that, the potential some snow as you get into the weekend and what to expect beyond that.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:31, our top story this half hour. Park County Sheriff's Office says deputies investigating the death of a woman, which was first reported this past Sunday. According to social media posts, a call came into dispatch from Livingston Healthcare, a patient who was already dead being brought to the emergency department. Now, that woman identified as 55-year-old Catherine Sorensen. Sheriff's Office says Sorensen's husband was the one who took her to the emergency department.
And he told deputies that she was accidentally run over by a vehicle in the area of Divide Creek Road. The Park County Sheriff's Office and Montana Highway Patrol are investigating the circumstances surrounding Sorensen's death. They are trying to identify a woman who stopped along Divide Creek Road to assist in getting Sorensen into the vehicle and to the hospital. If you have any information about that woman's identity, you can contact the Sheriff's Office. That number is right on your screen there, 406-222-2050.
In other headlines this morning, a Manhattan man has been taken into custody after he allegedly had meth delivered to him at the post office.
Yeah, that's right. MTN's Kristen Merkel reports whether or not receiving drugs this way is becoming a trend.
I'm here at the Gallatin County Law and Justice Center where one man in custody is being accused of receiving around 2 pounds of meth in the mail. I speak with law enforcement about whether this way of receiving drugs is becoming a trend or not.
Yesterday's case was a good example of multi-jurisdictional investigation involving federal, state, and local partners working together.
According to the affidavit, a United States postal inspector alerted the Montana Division of Criminal Investigation on Wednesday, February 22nd, that there was a suspicious package being delivered to the Manhattan Post Office from California. After inspection, the USPI replaced the suspected meth with imitation packaging. A man by the name of Kevin Bacon allegedly came to retrieve the package, and MDCI agents arrested him in the parking lot on Tuesday, February 28th. Narcotics Bureau Chief of MDCI, Stephen Crawford, says this is not the first time they have seen illegal substances being transported through mail.
We've seen an increase in illegal drugs being transported through U.S. mail as well as the various parcel services.
Crawford told me arrests like Bacon's are happening more than you think, and that illegal drugs are coming through other parcel carriers as well as private and commercial vehicles.
Arrests are happening daily or weekly. Investigations are happening every day.
On state charges, possession with the intent to distribute ranges up to 20 years in prison and up to a $50,000 fine. Drug units all over the state are working on cases like this.
Our priorities are violent crime related to dangerous drugs and illegal non-pharmaceutical fentanyl and then methamphetamine.
Crawford also adds that there are many resources in the state working together to combat these illegal drugs, as well as working to increase staffing. In Bozeman, Kristen Merkel, MTN News.
All right, 6:34 in statewide headlines this morning. The Montana House and Senate spent hours yesterday, I do mean hours, debating dozens of bills ahead of a key deadline the end of this week.
That's right. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian has a closer look at some of the legislation that's moving forward in the House.
By the time the Montana House broke for lunch Wednesday afternoon, they'd already been in session for roughly 5 hours and considered 45 bills, each of which has to meet a Friday transmittal deadline, get through the chamber or die in the process. And so far, almost all of the bills under consideration made it through on their preliminary vote. The House is planning full-day debates and preliminary votes to get through nearly 200 bills by the end of the week. On Wednesday, members gave initial approval to 2 different proposals for charter schools. The first, House Bill 562, would create community choice schools and establish a state commission to authorize charter proposals. The second, House Bill 549, would give local school districts the first opportunity to set up charter schools. Lawmakers disagreed over which proposal would be best, but many voted to keep both moving forward.
If you're motivated to get a charter school, a functional charter school program in front of this state, I would recommend that we advance both of these and work through reconciling them so that we can have a win for the students and parents of Montana that's satisfactory for everyone.
The House also endorsed HB 575, which would prohibit abortion of viable infants except when necessary to protect the mother's life. It would require providers to make a determination of viability in writing, and it would presume viability no later than 24 weeks into pregnancy. Other bills moving forward would authorize daycare for small numbers of children in private residences, clarify move-over laws for highway safety, and prioritize Montana companies when awarding broadband grants. All in all, the House is expected to debate more than 90 bills by the end of Wednesday, and many more are on the agenda for Thursday. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. 6:36 now. Perhaps your parents told you that going to college will mean more job opportunities and a higher salary. For years, that mantra reigned supreme here in our country.
Yeah, and more Americans as well as lawmakers are beginning to rethink whether college is the best option for everyone. Our Joe St. George shows us why apprenticeships are getting more popular while college degree requirements in many states are on the way out.
This may sound like construction.
What's it look like?
But for many Americans, this is the sound of an education.
Good to go up.
Meet Nolan Eby. He's one of a growing number of Americans choosing to learn in a classroom that looks like this instead of college.
I didn't want to go to a 4-year and take a loan out.
Eby choosing an apprenticeship program sponsored by his local carpenters union. The biggest difference, instead of going into debt to get a degree, Eby is only learning things applicable to his career goal of becoming a construction manager. The biggest bonus, he gets health care paid for and a paycheck while he learns.
How much money are you making if you don't mind me asking? No, I don't. I make $25 an hour right now.
Expanding apprenticeships nationwide is increasingly becoming an area of bipartisan agreement among Democrats and Republicans, with more and more lawmakers recognizing that a college degree may not be the best choice for everyone. In Pennsylvania, Utah, and Maryland, college degree requirements have been dropped for most state government jobs. In Pennsylvania, for instance, 65,000 state positions are now open to people based on their ability and work experience. A college degree is no longer needed.
I do see a change.
Brittany Kircher is an apprenticeship training director outside Omaha, Nebraska. Her program, she says, focuses on blue-collar jobs like carpentry. But thanks to virtual reality, which I got to see firsthand, other apprenticeship opportunities are emerging too in fields like education and healthcare.
They're given careers with high wages and no debt.
On Capitol Hill, meanwhile, expanding apprenticeship funding is gaining bipartisan traction, which is rare for this divided Congress. Kircher said she would like to see apprenticeships funded in similar ways that the government funds colleges. Her program, for the moment, is exclusively paid for by the local union, which means there are limited resources.
And it's hard to self-fund all of this.
Joe St. George, Scripps News, Omaha, Nebraska.
I love that. That's maybe one of the more positive things that came out of the pandemic is the need for those jobs.
Absolutely.
Intensified, and now we're making it easier for folks to be able to get into this.
Definitely. It's such a rewarding career. It really is. Just have to open those doors.
I think so too. This is a fun story. I know you'll share it with us. A place where young girls with scoliosis can come together, talk, and empower each other. It's a network called Curvy Girls. And there are groups around the world.
That's right, there's groups around the world, but there wasn't a group in the Bozeman area until now. Recently, I spoke with the youngest leader in the network's history, Layla.
All these girls can get together and just talk out what we've been going through.
To talk about things like school and more with people who share a common experience. It's called Curvy Girls, and it's a group for people with scoliosis to find community within one another. The only problem for Layla is there wasn't a local chapter anywhere near her.
She was kind of telling me she needed some friends. She needed to know girls that were like her.
Layla was diagnosed with scoliosis when she was 7.
I mean, it was just a routine checkup with her pediatrician, and they do the screening where they bend her over and look at her spine, and her pediatrician was rather shocked at how extreme it looked.
From there, it's been doctor's appointments, x-rays, physical therapy, and braces.
Well, I kind of go through a little difficulties with kind of bullying, and just some boys make fun of me.
For a long time, Layla wore braces under her clothing. That was until she passed someone in the hall that looked like her.
An 8th grader with a brace, and she was fine with it with her friends, just talking. That made me feel a little happy, and that's how I thought of making the group.
The closest curvy girl group to her was in Helena, so this 5th grader took it upon herself to start a local chapter in Bozeman, becoming the youngest leader in the organization, starting the process when she was 10.
It's important because girls, when they get bullied, they get so depressed that they don't want to go around school anymore. And that's not right, so we need to make a difference.
Already, Bozeman Curvy Girls has 2 members, and they're looking to grow. If you'd like more information, you can head over to our website. In Bozeman, Jane McDonald, MTN News. I just absolutely loved sitting down and talking with Layla.
5th grader?
5th grade.
Wow.
5th grade. She started the process when she was 10, and usually what it was explained to me, Curvy Girls, to be a leader, you have to be 11. So she was 10. She started the process. She talked with some of the higher ups in the organization, and they said, you know what, I think you have the passion for it. Go ahead and get started.
That's fantastic.
It's incredible just how a small act of trying to get people together can really make a big difference in people's lives.
And you're not alone.
No.
Others are dealing with this too.
Absolutely.
What an articulate young lady.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Absolutely.
I love that. 6:41, we're going to take a break. Finally, some good news for folks who are dependent on insulin. We have that story coming up.